Addis Ababa.
It's a very constructive award for the city due to what the city is doing in terms of sustainable waste management.
Let me start with you, Gipsy. What is C40 all about? And give us an overview of its mission and history as well.
C40 is a network of 100 megacities. Megacities are cities with more than 3 million inhabitants.
Addis Ababa city has already said, as part of the city, the C40 initiative. And also, I just want you to tell us the experience of Nairobi and Dar es Salaam in this regard.
Sustainable development goals, which are about 17. Among them, the Sustainable Development Goal 30 is about climate action.
So can we say every developmental activity is being witnessed in the city is being done in alignment with your action plan?
It's difficult to say that, but there are a lot of positive things that we are seeing in the city in terms of actually putting climate issue as an objective, as an agenda. For example, as a city, we can take Addis Ababa Environmental Protection Authority as one of its goal is just to reduce emission and pollution. That is what we want as as environmentalists and as climate change work, and C40 also that C40 also promotes that. So we need to include in our urban planning, and we need also consider while we consider ecosystem in terms of increasing our green spaces that actually the government is working in that regard. We have Addis Ababa structural plan, which clearly showed that we need to allocate 30% for green space, 40% for built-up environment, and 30% for the road. But that's where actually were not enforced for the past 4 or 6 years. Now the government is considering, urban green space while you actually construct some built-up environment. That is good. That actually helps to reduce the urban heat island, and that actually helps to reduce the flooding impact to the city. So there are a number of actually,
Award goes to Addis Ababa.
Great. Let me go to Part-2. Addis Ababa city, was awarded 2 years ago, I think, for its waste management and recycling. So tell us about the activities being done with regard to waste management and recycling, along with the award given to Addis Ababa City Mayor Addis Ababa 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's a very constructive award for the city due to what the city is doing in terms of sustainable waste management at the city level. And that is also highlighted in our climate action plan of Addis Ababa. As Thabo mentioned, the climate action plan consists of 14 mitigation actions and 20 adaptation actions. And those actions are prioritized and sector specific. And so waste sector is the basic sector highlighted in our climate action plan. So in terms of the city's waste management approach, the city structure, the city structure, the city administration structure is one thing. As the structure of other sectors in the city, the waste sector is addressed well up to Warada level, having a mandated department and expert, so that focus is given at the city level on how to manage and how to consider the waste as a resource. So nowadays, there is a huge community engagement. There is a huge community campaign every week. And since there is a specific department and a specific experts who are monitoring, regulating, creating awareness, and also in other cases, like in the case of reuse and recycling wastes. So that is also addressed through the structural approach. So under the Cleansing Management Agency, the way the city approached waste management and the way the city engaged the community, and also the commitment that the city administration take to promote and to consider waste as a resource can add value for our city to get the award from the C40. So there is like the waste collectors, the informal and formal waste collectors. Nowadays, it is difficult for us to see plastic wastes because these waste collectors are they are intensified from the government. So the government can take this as a very huge issue. So this is what the C40, the award is like due to these specific components that the city of Addis added on the waste management approach. So this is almost, as Babu already mentioned it. So it is ongoing action, and it is still going. The city is pushing forward, and still even it is going to be considered under the corridor development aspect as well, in the second corridor development stage. So the way the cleansing management approach the city administration, and the way the experts and the mandated departments at the Warada level approaching the community in terms of waste collection, in terms of waste composting, in terms of waste recycling, and in terms of waste sorting even. So yeah, they are trying their best, and they are also like creating a huge campaign so that the community understand waste is resource. So their main goal is zero waste to the landfill. This is what we also put on our climate action plan. So to the landfill, what we have, this old landfill, and it's in the middle of the city, and it's very crowded. So the city administration approaching the community to use their waste as a resource. This is what we can see from our C40 side. And it has also, yeah.
Yeah, I think Addis Ababa is the only city that was awarded for its achievement in waste management in Africa, right?
So every 2 years there's a World Mayor Summit and an award ceremony where a number of cities are awarded. So at that time, yes, it was Addis Ababa in that category. So cities get an award in different categories. For in sustainable waste management, Addis Ababa was the winner in 2022.
Yeah. Let's come to the partners working with you and supporting you in finance.
So in terms of partners, different ways we work with partners. If we start on diplomacy and advocacy, we work with partners that are doing a lot of advocacy, whose only role is advocacy. So for example, on the issue of green jobs, good green jobs, there are many organizations, so we partner together so that we amplify the voices, right? C40 does it on the city side, and they do it on whatever their stakeholder sector is. Partners, we also have partners on technical. So C40 started out primarily on advocacy and diplomacy, and then moved to technical assistance programs such as the air quality, climate action planning. But we do that in conjunction with partners that have more strength in different aspects. For example, in the waste management, we work with a partner that focuses on waste management, soil and more, and the same with air quality. We also partner on fundraising, fundraise together for projects. So we want to make sure, for example, the projects that Part-2 is working on, climate action implementation, it's 4 years, it's many cities. So the more funds we have, the deeper we can go in the work that we do for longer amounts of time. So partners are really critical. Cities are partners. The countries are partners. So there's so many ways. It's the best way really to tackle the climate issue, because you can't do it just with one sector or with one level of government. It has to be inclusive of community, the private sector, youth. There are many levels of partnerships, and C40 is always working on that.
Great. Let's talk about, let me go back to Part-2. What strategies are in place to enhance the city's resilience to climate change impacts in a way that, are they exemplary and can be emulated by other African cities here in Addis Ababa? The strategies that you're just working on.
Yeah, so let me start from the last one. Like the Climate Action Implementation Program is a program doing on 50 cities worldwide. So there are 7 cities in Africa. Addis is one of the cities. So the city of Johannesburg, Accra, Lagos, Dar es Salaam, Nairobi, and so on, they are parts of this program. They are, the main objective is to show the city, to show the case, and to pilot some of the climate actions, like based on the city's interest. So the cities are allowed to select 2 actions on whatever they want to, from their climate action plan. And we did on energy and on waste management in Addis, and the others are also the same 2 actions they do have. So yeah, there are different challenges in different cities since they are in different conditions. But in general, when we see like Accra, they are working on the informal waste collectors. So the approach that they include the informal waste collectors is one exemplary. So Addis is approaching the waste management aspects as based on the award that the Addis received. And there are challenges, there are also opportunities in all the cities. So for this, when we come to the policy, when it comes to the strategies, our climate action plan is one of the strategies that we can push forward. So there's 7 cities in Africa and 15 in the world are those cities that are having this climate action plan. So they are in the implementation phase. And so we do have a climate mainstreaming strategy. So for our climate action plan, we did the implementation strategy, implementation tool that can be considered. So the 7 cities do have this strategy. Addis also have the climate mainstreaming strategy. The climate mainstreaming strategy means the tool that the city can use to integrate those prioritized actions in the climate action plan. So through awareness, we did a lot of awareness for sectors in the city. There are 14 sectors selected, like transport, waste, health, and women's and youth, and also the construction, education. The sectors are selected, and we are doing this with EPA. So there is a climate department in EPA, and there is a specific mandated team on mainstreaming at EPA. So the structure also allows us to approach. So yeah, the climate action plan, the climate implementation strategy, and the policies at federal level, so that the sectors in the city can, use it to enforce, to monitor, to regulate, like environmental protection policies that can be indicated, proclamations on different approach, proclamation on environmental sustainability and environmental protection. Under that, pollution proclamation, solid waste management proclamation, and also policies on liquid waste under Addis Ababa Sewerage Authority, Water and Sewerage Authority. Those sectors are the components that we can consider, so they can, they can create a good platform for C40 climate action plan implementation. And we can also have, we do have different guidelines, so standards like Babu mentioned on transport, like permitting or promoting the vehicles charged by electricity, promoting this walking and cycling. There are a lot of policies, guidelines, standards that are specifically for different sectors at city level, so that we can raise those things as a policy tool for the climate action implementation.
Is there a spirit of competition being created among member cities to quickly adopt the action plan and achieve better results in this regard?
Yeah, there are different approaches, I have already mentioned. So in some cities, like the approach, the city's commitment is one criteria. The city sectoral integration is the challenge that we can indicate. So in a place where the sectoral integration is stronger, so the climate action implementation will be more easier. But there are ups and downs. We can't say this city is better implementer, but all are, trying to address in different approach. One can be good with one action, the other with another action. That's.
Would you like to add something?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
So for the competition, I mean, again, it's a ambitious network. It's not easy to accomplish all of the things on the leadership standards. So in a sense, all the cities are always competing to make sure they complete the standards. But then C40 has a very strong platform of communication and media. So all cities hear what's happening, right? First, there's just in general reporting, and then when we bring them together. So if you have a panel of mayors, you have the mayor of Addis Ababa, the mayor of Freetown. The mayor of Addis Ababa is talking about tree planting. She's talking about tree planting. There is going to be healthy, positive competition. We want to do what you have done. And that's the whole point of C40 is whether it's on the mayoral level or technical when you bring them together. The waste management people who came to Nairobi, they said, we want to do what Addis Ababa did. Yeah. Show us how we can do it. Let's see what resources we need. And we want to talk about it as well. So on so many levels, really it is a healthy competition. The whole network is a healthy competition. And just to also mention that yesterday there was a ceremony, and maybe Part-2 can talk about it as part of her work. Addis Ababa is also leading in terms of this pilot project that was implemented. The compost materials were provided to the city. maybe Fanto can talk about it. And it's another example where Addis is leading, and now another city like Accra, they're also strong on waste management. Maybe they can do a pilot project also on compost materials. So maybe you can let her speak.
Okay.
Yeah, just to add on the compostation.
Well, I was also invited, to the program, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, so we did a lot of technical capacity building aspects. We did a gaps and need assessment on specifically organic waste management, since the city is facing challenge on organic waste. So we do have more than 70% of organic waste generated from the city level as a whole. So the city wants us to focus on the organic waste. So we do with the Soil and More consultancy agency, Soil and More Ethiopia. So they are working, we are like engaging them to deliver technical training for the experts, TOT training, and also on-site training at Warada level. We go to the compost producers' sites. So sites are arranged, selected. We work this with the cleansing management agency. So we do the practical thing. We bring waste and train them the best way to do the organic fertilizer from our waste. So it was really fantastic. And the city administration were also happy on it. And even the cleansing management agency awarded C40. They gave us certificate. And this is what we did with the cleansing management agency. And also for that compost production, they do request to purchase materials like a digital thermometer, compost cover. That one has to come from abroad, so we didn't find it in Africa, in Ethiopia, so it's not locally made material. C40 also support materials like compost fleece, digital thermometer, and safety materials. At a ground level, we did these feasible activities through the Climate Action Implementation Program. With this, Addis is, we are going to, use this as a best practice with these 7 African cities. This compost production the analysis will be up to the end product. So following the procedures, and following the manual. We also translate the manual to Amharic, and we disseminate it for the compost producers at a city level, so they can read it for the next time when they want to prepare that kind of approach. They want to use that method, scientific method of compost production. So the analysis will be reported. After that, Addis. We expect that this could be a best practice, and other cities can also learn from it.
Great, thank you so much. I'm just finalizing all the questions right now. Let me move on to Tababu. Since you are Regional Air Quality Manager for Addis Ababa, Nairobi, and Dar es Salaam, tell us, is there any difference in their air qualities? And along with the quality program in Addis Ababa, air quality program in Addis Ababa?
Actually, yes. Climate change and air quality actually twin problem. And we can also address them with similar action in different sectors, specifically as I mentioned earlier, for climate change, major sources of air pollution are the emission coming from transport, energy, and waste as well, to improve air quality for most of African cities, East African cities, including Addis, Dar es Salaam, and Nairobi. So when we say actually air quality, there is a standard set by World Health Organization for different pollutants, air pollutants, and we have also at the national level, there is a standard for those pollutants. So when we talk about air quality, yeah, we are talking about those pollutants. We say them criteria pollutants because they have an impact on human health in terms of cardiovascular and respiratory disease. So C40 is also supporting and working with these cities in terms of technical assistance and organizing workshop so that cities can understand about how they can tackle air pollution in the city so that they can improve air quality.
Sorry for interrupting. The Green Legacy Initiative, is it adding any kind of impetus to your work for air quality program?
Yeah.
Does it have any contribution to your work?
Yeah, as far as activities actually targeted towards addressing those pollution sources, yeah, exactly. That will have, like, for example, we are doing walking and cycling, and as a national initiative, we are banning some, fuel-powered automobile, restricting to import in the country and the city. So those actual initiatives will have an impact on emissions. So Addis Ababa city have air quality management plan, which try to achieve the national and the WHO guideline for those pollutants. So C40 is working in terms of deploying some air quality monitoring equipment across the city, so that the city able to track the air pollution in the city, to understand the existing situation in the city and how actually those initiatives, including Green Legacy, will have impact in terms of improving the air quality in the city. So I hope we will have measurement in the coming years, so that we can compare where we were and how those initiatives address in terms of air quality in the city. Yeah.
And finally, back to you, Gifty. Any future plan, initiatives you're coming up with in order to strengthen or enhance your sustainability efforts?
So next year is a big year for C40. It's a 20-year anniversary. So this is an opportunity for C40 to take stock in terms of what has taken place over the last 20 years with the member cities, as well as all the partners that I've mentioned, the global, the campaign to be united in confronting climate change. So next year is a big city for our mayors, a big city for our cities. A big year for our cities. We have a number of events, and they're all linked. So when we're talking about climate diplomacy and advocacy, there are so many opportunities, and we make sure how is the Africa Urban Forum going to link with the World Urban Forum, and then after that, COP29 just happened. Next year's COP30, that's a big year for COP. You have U20 that's happening alongside of G20 in South Africa, so that's another big year for this region. We have a big event on resilience, urban shift happening in Nairobi in February. So all the way from February to U20 to the World Mayor Summit, the UNSG in New York happening in September, to the World Mayor Summit in November, and then COP30 in November, and also November in Brazil. It's a big year for C40 to really take stock and look at what has worked, Where do we still need attention? Of course, the big themes that are everywhere on the climate change platform is access to finance for African countries, for countries and regions that are not contributing so much for emissions. Climate justice is a big theme that we're going to continue working on. And of course, strengthening political will and leadership. That's where it all begins. And also, again, I mentioned resources, capacity building at the city level, at the regional level. This is where what we're talking about, we're able to actually implement it. And then, you know, dynamic advocacy and communications and awareness raising with our residents and the people that are most impacted by climate change. So just really continuing to work on those big themes and making sure that we are present at these big global platforms. So that's what's happening.
Thank you so much, you guys. I wish I had enough time to spend with you. Thank you so much indeed for coming over to our studio and shared insight about your work, your activity. So it's a pleasure being with you.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, that's all we have for today's edition. Many thanks for watching. Until we come up with other guests next week, many thanks for watching and goodbye for now.